Unsolved Mysteries, Cases That Still Baffle Investigators Part 1. The Anaqua Springs Ranch Shooting. The Anaqua Springs Ranch shooting on January 10, 2019 was a mysterious and shocking case in Texas, USA. The victims, Nicole Olson, 37, and her 16-year-old daughter, Alexa Montez, were found dead in their luxurious mansion. Nicole was shot in the head and Alexa had multiple gunshot wounds. That same day, police were called to the scene by Nicole's boyfriend, Charles Wheeler, who discovered the bodies when he returned home. Initially, the case was considered a murder-suicide, with authorities suspecting that Nicole had shot her daughter before taking her own life. However, the case quickly became more complex when investigators were unable to find clear evidence to support this theory. Nicole's boyfriend, Charles, had an alibi and was not charged, but his presence at the scene earlier and conflicting statements raised suspicion. Many of Nicole's friends and family did not believe she could have harmed her daughter, adding further mystery to the case. Although police thoroughly examined all aspects, from forensic analysis to investigating motives and evidence, the case remains unsolved without a definitive conclusion on who was truly responsible. To this day, the case remains unresolved, and the question of whether it was a murder-suicide or if someone else was involved has yet to be answered. The incident continues to haunt the local community and the victim's family. Little Girl Lost, the heartbreaking Ning. The Michael and Mary Short case is one of the most chilling unsolved murder cases in Virginia's history. On August 15, 2002, Michael Short was found dead on a couch in the garage of his home in Oak Level, Virginia, and his wife, Mary, was found in her bed, both killed by single gunshots to the head in what investigators deemed execution-style murders. Their 9-year-old daughter, Jennifer, was missing, leading to a frantic search. 6 weeks later, her remains were discovered in North Carolina, 30 miles from her home, also killed by a gunshot to the head. The investigation revealed that the crime was well planned. The phone lines to the house had been cut, but there were no signs of a struggle or robbery. Authorities followed multiple leads, including one suspect, Garrison Bowman. He was later cleared. Despite the discovery of Jennifer's body, the motive behind the killings remains a mystery. Over the years, the case has seen renewed interest and efforts, including advanced forensic testing and the involvement of a multi-agency task force. However, no one has been charged, and the case remains unsolved after more than 2 decades. 3. Sharmini Anandavel. The case of Sharmini Anandavel is a tragic and unsolved mystery from 1999. Sharmini, a 15-year-old girl from Toronto, disappeared on June 12, 1999, after leaving her home for what she believed was a new job opportunity. Her family raised concerns when she didn't return home, leading to a massive search operation. 4 months later, her remains were found in a ravine in East Don Parklands, with decomposition making it difficult to determine the exact cause of death or gather forensic evidence. Suspicion fell on a neighbor, Stanley Tippett, who was known to impersonate a police officer and had offered Sharmini a fake job. Despite circumstantial evidence pointing towards Tippett, such as his history of impersonating authority figures and previous criminal behavior, there wasn't enough physical evidence to charge him in her death. The case went cold, and Tippett was never officially charged, although he later faced other criminal charges, including kidnapping and sexual assault, which led to his indefinite imprisonment. Sharmini's case remains unsolved, leaving her family and community still seeking justice more than 20 years later. Despite continued efforts by law enforcement, the case is classified as a cold case with no resolution to date.